Interesting. I'm drinking this tea and it kind of has a really interesting aftertaste, but sorry if you know my videos at all, you know I gotta do my angles. And then maybe trip out about my eyebrows. And then I'll probably stop. And you know I have this kitty. Look at that cute kitty. And all their cuteness. That's a cute kitty. He is the love of my life. Truly. He is my kitty baby. And I kitty love him. He's my big baby. My big, sleepy baby. He's getting big. You got a big butt going on there, mister. And he's so soft and fluffy. Okay. So obviously, I'm making this video because I'm stalling again. And you know, I don't have internet here, so I can't just kind of go on the internet right now. But I kind of just want to sit here with the cat in my lap, and what am I going to do? I could be reading a book. I actually meant to grab this one book. But the cat kind of showed up before I had all my things. All I managed to do is I got my tea and I got my pressed juice thing that I got at the store. And yeah, I'm chilling. Angles, man. I feel like I'm a lot more relaxed than I was yesterday. But that's also just because I'm like, oh, it's gonna rain all day. I'm just not gonna do anything. However, I'm a little stressed because my car has leaks and I just got it dry, so I just tried to put some trash bags over where I think the big leak spots are, and then the trash bag kept blowing up, even though I had these bowls to like hold them down, so then I had to also tape it a little bit to the car. And we'll see if it works or not. I really wanted to get a tarp, but I did not do that in time or whatever. And I keep going back and forth from, like, how do I get this car to just work for me? / I just need to think about getting another car. But I'm just so oddly attached to these little old cars. I just like them, and I like how they're cheap to fix. And I guess there's this thinking in my head too of like, well, if I got a nicer car and then something happened to it, like, that would super just suck. So I should just have crappy, cheaper cars or whatever, because that way if something happens to it, it's not as bad and I can come away from it better. I don't know. These are the things I feel like I have to think when I'm really poor and can barely afford a car as it is. But it's a struggle, and like people said, it can be a money pit just fixing an older car over and over and over. And yeah, I'm really worried about it getting all moldy from the leaks. So that's a thing. And yeah, I just generally really want to get it looked at right now, because it's been fine, but still really want it to get looked at. And I do have to fix the mirror. I have it just duct taped on, one of those side rear mirror things. And yeah, it's kind of ridiculous, but that's my life right now. And I hate that in a way. I think that's kind of cool, like, that it's this, like, goofy representation of me, my car, but it's all fucked up. But I think that's cool. But it's also like, you know, maybe you would feel less fucked up if you had a nicer car. But I really don't have a lot of money right now, so I also gotta be very, I don't know, what's the word, reserved with my spending or something. Like, sometimes I feel like I take it too far, but I also know that it's important for me to, like, be stingy or whatever the word is. Just like, there's a word, but it's a weird, frustrating feeling of a word. You know, like, Great Depression, like, reused tea bags kind of vibe, and I don't know. It sucks because it's like you're always kind of worried. You're always a little paranoid. You're always a little stressed. And it adds to that kind of lack mindset mentality thing that just becomes very, like, consuming of, yes, your identity, too. But anyway, so I got that going on. And I want to get my teeth cleaned, but that's another thing that I don't know if I can do. And I really want to figure out how to get rid of these, like, dark spots. And I have some acne right now, whatever. I feel like I'm still really hungry, even though I just had 2 slices of pizza and a banana. So I'm like, why am I still hungry right now? But I did wake up super late again today, like noon, basically. And now it's 1. So, I don't know. I guess you could consider that a little lunch. But then that means I skipped breakfast, and I need all my meals right now because I'm preggo. Still can't believe that. I'm on, like, I don't know, I'm about to be 28 weeks, which is like 6 months or something. I still have to go to the hospital and do some blood work thing. And then I have to start thinking about going over to this town, like, an hour away, because They don't do baby stuff here. You gotta go an hour away now. I think 40-minute drive or something. Which is really lame. I was like, this would be a great place to have a baby, except the hospital doesn't deliver babies, and the hospital sucks. They used to deliver babies, but there's such a struggling hospital that they just gave up on the baby delivering department. They also said, like, just not enough people were even doing it. Because, yeah, it's a small little town consisting mostly of old retired people. But there's nature galore, so I thought that would be good. But yeah, it sucks how much the rich are just buying up this town, taking it over, making it a little rich, yuppie vacation destination town for all the Silicon Valley, rich Bay Area people. But that's how the world is panning out these days. See it everywhere. Palestine. Ugh, that whole thing is so... Recently, Trump just got in office and is already sucking super hard. Shocker. And he's all like, yeah, we're gonna turn Palestine, Gaza into a nice little rich beach town that the Middle East will be proud of. It's just like they're just gonna turn it, same thing, into their little pet shop town. For them, it's so gross. I don't even know how to describe it, but it's weird. It's like also like what we've just been doing for years and years and years is stealing land and taking it over and making it whatever we want it to be. And it's so besides evil, just very disrespectful of the land and its history and its culture and everything. It just kind of kills it. It just kills everything. I recently saw this little video talking about how, like, people were like, oh, where did Greta Thunberg, the environmentalist girl, go? Like, she kind of just fell off. But it's like, she didn't fall off because she wasn't doing any activism stuff as much. She's been doing a lot more, but the news and stuff and the media, they don't want to talk about her anymore because she's saying too much stuff that rich higher up people don't want you to know, which is just that their whole agenda is bullshit and destroying the world, and how the environmentalism is all tied with this catastrophe with like capitalism and genocide. Like there's like a correlation there. Like it's not just an environmental problem like with, I mean, it's like obviously it was capitalism and then colonialism, that was the other one. Capitalism, colonialism, genocide, like they're all like tied together in just destroying people on the planet in this very greedy way. And it's very, like, systematic. So it feels like unstoppable. Especially when a big, big part of it is misleading everybody so that they don't see that that's what's going on. Or they can't fight it anyway because they're going to be too stuck under the system and poor and struggling. It's creepy. It's creepy how much suffering they'll put on everybody. like, it's like we are no different than those cows, you know, that we factory farm, you know, and the chickens that we factory farm, you know, like, everything that we're doing to the world that's just so unnatural and so unhealthy, and that's how they treat us too, just like weird little sheep that they're gonna herd however. And yeah, it's like, what are you gonna do about it? I don't know. And it seems like they're really trying to crack down on people that rise up, but I guess, you know, all of that is nothing new, and we just gotta persist, resist, whatever. But it's hard. A lot of times it's definitely hard not to be depressed about it, because it's like, well, this is such a joke. This shit is so stupid. And, you know, a lot of people are getting real life-threatening life changes, like deportation. And, like, losing funding for things. I might lose my funding for being pregnant and stuff. It's all really scary. It's like so scary you really can't even think about it too much, because it's just like, oh my god. Also, I still think Bernie Sanders sucks. I don't know why I had to say that, but I remember he just came out with a video too being like, these are unprecedented times, things are going crazy. Oh no shit, Bernie, and you still suck. Everybody, there's always people that are like, I didn't vote for any of the running candidates, I voted for Bernie. Oh cool, so you just threw in the towel too. You're so stupid. You're part of the reason we have Trump. Thanks a lot. Except they probably just cheated their way in like they always do anyway, but... And I'm not saying the Democratic Party has been any better, because they were totally also supporting this genocide with Israel thing too, and that's so fucking... But I mean, Trump's on another level. It's quite obvious that he's just about as bad as it can get in terms of dumb, greedy, promoting hatred thing. And evil. But anywho, I don't know if I can keep going down the political talk right now. But that's a tidbit, I guess. What else is going on? My lips are really chapped. They're okay. Yeah, I'm drinking this mushroom tea. It's kind of weird. It's okay, but it's kind of weird. And I don't know what else is going on. A bunch of bullshit. And this cute kitty that can't stop being so cute. If it wasn't for him, I really don't know what I would do. What would I do without this cute kitty? He is the cutest kitty in the whole kitty world. Yes, he is. I can't believe I just have, like, basically 3 more months. And it's like, February always goes by really fast. It goes by slow in the way of that it's like that last super wintry month. But it's also a shorter month, and it's just, you know, every little day counts. So I feel like, yeah, before I know it, February is going to be over. And then it's just March and April, and then beginning of May, I'm having a baby. It's crazy. That's just crazy to me. That's crazy. I still cannot grasp this. And I'm really scared, and I'm just trying not to think about it too much. Because that's kind of how it is. If you thought about getting on a plane too much, obviously you wouldn't get on it, because, like, the concept is a lot. It's a lot to put your faith in, like, a plane going up in the air like that and landing and you being okay. And it's not like things don't go wrong on planes. They do. Planes crash. It happens. We just had 2. Because they're cutting the funding for airports, which is sketch. So, you know, but like I'm saying, like, I don't know, I just thought of this, but hopefully that'll help me more too, just that thought in a way. I'm just like, you know what, people go on planes all the time though, and they're okay. And yes, sometimes things go wrong. But you can't really control that. That's where the faith in God or whatever comes in. Because it's just like, there's only so much you can do, and the rest is fate. Whether you like it or not. That's how it is every day. I had the same problem with driving, you know. I wasn't one of those people that kind of naturally just took it up super well, because I would think about it too much. And I still will sometimes. Like, oh, any little thing that goes wrong, and you're dead. And, you know, you just gotta try not to think about it too much. You just gotta tell yourself, it's whatever. Just keep on going. Keep on keeping on. So hopefully it'll all just be fine. And I will just pray about it, I guess. I'm not gonna lie, there's definitely a part of me that's just very excited to get it over with. And by that I also mean, I want her to be where I can see her. It's scary having her in there being like, you're okay in there, right? But I can't see you. And yeah, I have struggles with that too. I know, I'm realizing. Because my mom had a stillbirth, which really sucked, and I was really little. And it definitely did affect me. So I have to be careful with that all the time and not get too paranoid. Because I get really scared of her choking on the umbilical cord and stuff. And I just feel like I would feel a lot better and a lot more relieved with her out. And then I know she's okay. You know, and I don't have to worry about fucking her up anymore. Except, obviously, it takes on a whole new level of safety when they're out. So, I'm like, okay. At the same time, we might just have to keep getting used to this paranoid fear and how to deal with it. It's like I'm kind of realizing that now. Basically, I'm just going to worry all the time if they're okay. And I'm going to have to somehow sort of live with that paranoia and fear. And, you know, I'm not one that does that well with paranoia, anxiety, fear, you know? But I do it anyway, so everything you just do anyway, somehow, I guess, is the motto. So, cool, yeah, cool, okay. And what's crazy is there's still, like, a whole bunch of things I wish I could do. That I dream of doing, you know? And, you know, I like watching the Grammys and the Oscars sometimes, you know, and I'm like, I wish I could be one of those people that does things like that, makes movies, makes songs, and does these really amazing creative pursuits that are amazing expressions of themselves and the world. And but here I am, just like wondering where my next waitressing job is gonna be and how I'm gonna survive life. But part of me is also like, man, if me and my baby could just like be best friends, that would be really cool. I would love to. I don't want to reference Gilmore Girls, but if I could just have that best friend daughter, that'd be really cool. That would be pretty sick. But, you know, I feel like it would be hard to. I feel like I really want it because I didn't have that with my mom, and I wish I did. But, and also, like, I feel like I might struggle with that. Like, okay, let's say we do become best friends, but then I feel like that would still hurt me even more that I didn't have that with my mom. Maybe I could get there at some point. And, you know, that's another thing with being pregnant that's weird, and just, like, not really having this relationship with my mom, and I just don't even know what to do about it. We just have such a crazy history of not getting along, and then we've just avoided each other for a long time now, I think, because of it. I just kind of grew apart from everything. I've definitely developed a kind of just like isolate myself, cut off everybody kind of vibe is what I've done, and I've definitely done it a little too much. Today is actually my ex-best friend's birthday. They're twins, and it's February 6th, Bob Marley's birthday. And yeah, we were like freaking the best of friends. It was like one of the coolest things about my life for a long time. One of the most important things about my life for a long time. And still is. If I think about it, obviously, it's like in a way like that stuff doesn't change. I mean, it doesn't change how much it impacted you that whole time. You can't undo that. And sometimes I'm like, did I make the right decision cutting them off? I don't know. But sometimes you have to move on, and sometimes that's the best way to do it. Sometimes. And you know what? Sometimes we make, you know, not the best of decisions, but we have to make them anyway. You know, we have to make some mistakes. I don't know. And yeah. I actually have to go to the bathroom, and I think I'm just going to end that there instead of trying to conclude things. So, that's my little chat for today. I feel like my hair looks really frizzy, but whatever. This is Sir Licks. He says goodbye. Goodbye, Sir Licks. Okay.